Living on a ranch teaches you to expect the unexpected. A busted water line, a loose bull, maybe even a rattlesnake in the feed shed. But what I didn't expect was my HOA president breaking into my barn and trying to open my gun safe like she was in an action movie. Let's rewind. I live on a 30-acre ranch outside a gated development called Cedar Hills Preserve. I don't live in the neighborhood, I live next to it. But that's never stopped their HOA president, Nancy, from trying to act like I'm under her rule. Nancy is your classic HOA Karen, clipboard, sunglasses, and an obsession with anything she doesn't control. She once told my wife that our horses were a violation of the residential character of the area. We laughed. She didn't. A few weeks back, I hosted a local 4-H club at the ranch. We had a cookout, a safety talk, and a demo of some antique firearms I inherited. Black powder muskets, old lever action rifles, that sort of thing. Nothing loaded, nothing accessible, and everything locked in my big, bolted-down Browning gun safe in the barn office. The day after the event, I noticed the barn door ajar. Not blown open, pried open. I walked in and found the strangest sight I've ever seen. Nancy, on a folding chair, with a stethoscope pressed to the front of my gun safe. I blinked. She didn't. "I have a duty," she said calmly, "to ensure community safety." "By breaking into a private barn?" I asked. She told me she'd received reports that I was stockpiling weapons near a residential area and she was conducting a citizen's inspection. I told her to get out. She refused. So I pulled out my phone and started dialing the sheriff. That's when she panicked and called 911 herself. "This man has an arsenal," she shrieked into the phone. "He's threatening me. There are military weapons." She ran out of the barn like she'd uncovered a drug cartel. What she didn't know, that antique gun collection, inherited from my grandfather, was on loan from a federal museum program. The ATF and Department of Homeland Security had it tagged, logged, and registered as part of a historical preservation agreement. When she said military weapons to the dispatcher, that flagged a whole different level of response. Within 45 seconds, yes, 45 seconds, an unmarked black SUV screeched into my driveway. Then two more. 4 federal agents came out, IDs flashing, body armor on. I calmly raised my hands and said, "I think we have a misunderstanding." Meanwhile, Nancy, trying to run across the field like she was in a bad reality show. Didn't make it far. They stopped her before she got past the tree line. While I showed the agents my paperwork, safe contents, and museum partnership letter, Nancy was losing her mind, claiming I was part of a militia cell and hoarding munitions. The feds didn't buy it. After checking the safe, the logs, and my security footage, one agent just looked at her and said, "Ma'am, you broke into a federally registered property. That's a felony." Her face went pale. Turns out, trying to open a gun safe that's federally logged, even without success, counts as attempted unlawful access to a restricted item. They arrested her right there. Charges included trespassing, attempted theft, filing a false police report, interfering with a federal registry, and unlawful entry of a restricted structure. The HOA went into full panic mode. Within a week, they released a formal statement disavowing her actions and claiming she acted without the board's knowledge or approval. They begged me not to press civil charges. I didn't, but only because I was enjoying the headlines too much. Local HOA president arrested after attempting to crack gun safe. Nancy resigned. The new president actually came by to apologize in person, brought cookies and everything. Now my safe has a new sign: Historical Firearms Exhibit, Federal Property, Karen Proofed.